While President Trump took the oath of office yesterday inside the Capitol underneath the rotunda, many of his supporters celebrated outside, in some cases literally left out in the cold because of those frigid, extreme conditions. There was no parade, no gathering on the Washington Mall, but the bars were open, the apps were flowing, and we found some people inside in a very good mood.
Before a long bank of televisions and a full bar inside a Tex-Mex spot 3 miles from the Capitol, dozens of Republicans cheered on their new president.
What stood out to you in the inaugural address? I've heard a lot of cheering.
This is the golden age of America.
Before frigid temperatures moved the whole ceremony indoors, they had, of course, hoped to celebrate President Trump outside on the National Mall.
We would have 100% been there. I would have much rather been outside at the event, but you know what, this is great too.
Ken Fitzpatrick agrees, although as someone who runs a company that leases campaign buses to both political parties, he was actually supposed to participate in the big parade down Pennsylvania Avenue.
Are you disappointed that you're not able to be part of the parade?
Well, certainly, we were really looking forward to it. It was going to be a big moment.
Ken, along with most of the Trump supporters at this particular party, turned out to be not just conservatives, but members of a national LGBT community known as Log Cabin Republicans. And we noticed as President Trump delivered his inaugural address,
as of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Continued support from the crowd, including from voters like John and his husband Dan Medora, who, and they say this often surprises people, were married at Mar-a-Lago at the invitation of President Trump.
Someone that says, hey, well, how can you support President Trump? He doesn't like gay people. Well, that's misconceptions, complete falsehoods.
Andrew Minnick is president of the D.C. chapter of the Log Cabin Republicans.
I think Donald Trump is a truly 21st century president. He was able to connect to young people. He was able to connect to groups that generally aren't as receptive to the Republican Party.
That's one thing we heard a lot, the hope that President Trump could continue to bring in new voters and a new acceptance of everyone's political differences. Shirley Fleener says she's already felt the change.
A lot of my closest friends are liberals, and instead of canceling me when they found I was coming here, they were like, obviously, we know you. This is your Super Bowl. You know, have a great time, you know?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's been really wonderful.
That was the energy in a lot of the city.
You know, people come in, they're a little disappointed they're not on the mall, they're not having the parade, and then they get that menu and they're like, oh, this looks really good. And 2 for 1? Yeah, I'll get a good pitcher of margaritas and, turn on the TV. You know.
So they are saying that there's some misconceptions about President Trump.
Yeah,
when it comes to his views on...
And there was support in that room for the entire range of his policies. Now, there weren't members of the transgender community, although Log Cabin Republicans include the T in LGBT. But those folks there say, hey, there's nothing incompatible with what the president is saying and and the things that we live by.
Yeah, I was watching in real time when President Trump said, there's only two genders. It seemed like only half the room was applauding in that moment.
Yeah, if I could take a snap survey, it might have been a 50-50 result. I'm not sure, though. You know? But like I said, that's one slice of life with
one bar.
Yeah.
No question he has widened the tent, though. No question.
Definitely.